Hey y'all, it's time for another What Sold video, and to tell you the truth, this was a great week. I'm about to go over the 20 items that sold in my resale business this week, and there was nothing huge, but I think this is a great example of how just some good, solid sales can really add up to make a big difference. This week, I grossed $734, and I'm about to share with you the 20 items that sold, what the listing looked like that sold it. I'll share with you how much I bought the item for, what it sold for, and of course, I'll share with you what the exact profit was, because that's what really matters. And I believe in sharing real numbers on my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm JENNYSHANEYFELT. I am an online clothing reseller. I go to thrift stores. I sift through the racks to find the treasures, looking for high quality but inexpensive items to list on Poshmark and eBay and flip for a profit. I've been doing it a little bit over a year. I love sharing my journey, and hopefully these videos will help you along your reselling journey. Or maybe you just like thrifting and reseller content. I think you might find it entertaining too. Okay, let's get into it. So first up, we have this Crown and Ivy dress. It's so funny because last week ended with a Crown and Ivy dress, and I told y'all that I love Crown and Ivy, but I rarely pick it up because you just can't get a whole lot for it most of the time on the resale market. But then I sold 2 Crown and Ivy items in a row. The cottage core tiered dresses, I do love those, and if I find one, especially in maxi length, which this one was more of a midi, but especially in maxi length, I will take the time in the store to look it up. But this one I titled Crown and Ivy Petite Medium Cottage Core Pink Tiered Ruffle Dress, Puff Sleeves. Here's your Crown and Ivy tag if you're unfamiliar, but I bet you are. This one took 117 days to sell. I bought it for $3.99. I listed it for $28, and someone bought it at full price. Yay! Starting out the week with a full price sale is always great. That gave me a profit of $18.41. Next up is Foxcroft. I titled this one Foxcroft Women's 2X Tunic Dress, Pockets, V-neck, 3/4 sleeve, floral, tropical stretch. I paid $2.50 for it. I listed it for $29. It sat in my inventory for 114 days, not too bad. I offered someone $24.65. It did sell on promoted listing, me a profit of $17.36. I have all my items in my store promoted at 2%, so I just had to pay an extra 69 cents to eBay. Next up, we have a J. Crew bag floral jute tote woven embroidered boho farmer's market beaded purse. I had never heard the word jute. Jute is on the materials tag, and when I looked up to figure out what jute was, it's just the material, the potato sack looking material. And a lot of people who had sold similar bags did use the word jute in the title, so I thought it might be a good selling point, so I added it too. And I just hung it on the shoulder of my body mannequin that I have back there, so they could kind of see the size of it and imagine it. And then of course I did put the actual measurements in the description as well. I paid $2.99. I listed it for $25. 28 days later, the buyer offered me $18. I accepted. That gave me a profit of $12.15. Next is a dress. I had never heard of this brand, Carmen Mark Valvo. Did I even write that right? Let me look at the brand tag. I feel like I might have, no, Valvo, I don't know. Carmen Mark Valvo. But this stretchy kind of like career wear looking dresses in other brands have sold well. So that was why I decided to run the comps in the store, and they weren't too bad. I titled it Carmen Mark Valvo Women's Extra Large Paisley Dress V-neck ruched purple stretch faux wrap. Here's her tag. So this one sold in 123 days. I paid $4 for it. I listed it for $33. I offered someone $28.05 and they accepted. That gave me a profit of $18.87. Next, Charter Club. I've been listening to all my other favorite resellers on YouTube, and everyone says, which I told you I've only been doing it a little over a year, but everyone says that Charter Club does not do as well as it used to. So when I find it in the thrift store, I'm discerning with it. But this was linen. It was very beaded. It was tunic length. It had all the things that I love. So even if it had been like Kato, I probably still would have picked it up because the style was just great for what I like to sell. So I titled it 100% linen tunic top, beaded tan, Charter Club, 3/4 sleeve, boho, women extra large, neutral. This one sold in 86 days. I paid 99 cents for it. I listed it for $29.99. I offered someone $24.89. They accepted. That gave me a profit of $18.89. Next is a skirt that my mom gave me. I've mentioned in a couple of videos that she was listing on eBay and Poshmark and First, she decided she didn't want to do clothes anymore, and she was still listing like hard goods, like home decor type stuff, really cute stuff on eBay and Poshmark. And then she decided she didn't even want to do that, but she opened a booth locally, and she has loved that, and I have loved it for her. It's been good for her. So she has given me tons of clothes that were in her inventory. She's a very different eye than me, and so when she gives me stuff, I have to do a lot of running comps to decide if I do want it. What I found, denim skirts in general do pretty well. Kato, as you probably know, is not a super sought after brand. When I ran the comps, I found that denim skirts do pretty well, especially in a bigger size. So I was excited to list this, and I listed it higher than I thought that it could sell for, and it did well. So I titled it New with Tags Kato 20W Long Denim Jean Skirt, Modest, Church, Western, Maxi, Button, Farm, Stretch. Threw all those keywords in that I thought the shopper that was looking for an item like this might type in when they're searching. It was only listed for 24 days. I had no money into it since mom gave it to me. I listed it at $29. I offered someone $24.94. They accepted. That gave me a profit of $20.81. Next is a brand called Wool and this is a really hard brand to run comps in because like every listing that has wool in it is going to have the words wool and so it's hard to find comps on this. I don't really remember how I ended up figuring out what to charge for this. I did end up on the actual website for the company, and that helped a little bit, but of course that was just giving me retail prices. But anyways, for this piece, I did decide to list it at $69. Let me tell you about this. So as you can see here, here's the brand title, Wool and. It's made in Korea, and it's 78% merino wool, which I don't entirely get. If y'all understand it, let me know. Because I thought wool was supposed to be really warm, but this is obviously not a winter dress. So it feels like t-shirt material. You'll kind of start to train your fingertips to be able to almost tell what types of fabric are in your hands when you're sifting through the racks. And I used to hear resellers say that, and I thought, y'all crazy, a shirt's a shirt. But honestly, when you're flipping through, you can feel cotton, cashmere, wool, linen. Even if it's like a knitted yarn type linen, I can tell by feeling it now. So anyways, that's kind of what happened with this one. And so if y'all see a t-shirt type material and it has wool in it, it's probably something good. Look it up. So I titled this one Wool and Size Large Long. It was a large long. It wasn't a long dress, but the size was large long. Swing dress, pockets, merino, Rowena was the style name, Black outdoor casual luxury. So this just retails for $138, and it only sat for 2 days. I paid $2.50 for it. I listed it for $69. I offered someone $62 and they took my offer. And that gave me a profit of $47.10. Next, Allie Miles is one of my favorite brands to find. I titled it Allie Miles Women 1X Sheer Floral Blouse Top. Butterfly, colorful, bold, artsy. I paid $5.99 for it. Probably too much, but I always get excited when I find Allie Miles. I listed it for $33. I offered someone $29.70 and they took it. And this one did sell on promoted listing also. I had to give eBay an extra 70 cents, promoted at 2%. That gave me a profit of $18.90. Next, Rip Skirt. If you ever see this brand, you're probably going to want to get it. This is like a swimsuit cover up and it's got 2 Velcro pieces on the sides and you can just rip it off. I titled this one Rip Skirt Hawaii Swimsuit Cover Up. Women medium length 3, adjustable wrap, black long. So it's one of those brands that's made in Hawaii and it sells good for me. So this one sat for 71 days. I paid $4.49 for it. I listed it for $45 and someone paid full price. That gave me a profit of $31.51. Next, y'all saw this in a thrift haul that I did recently. Really super loud, bold, awesome shirt. I loved this shirt. I titled it New with Tags, Rachel Zoe, bold, floral button shirt, women's large, college, maximalism, fiesta. I also put granny core in the description, I'm sure. It only took 9 days to sell. I paid $3 for it. It was at a Goodwill and it was 50% off. I listed it for $35. I offered someone $29.75 and that gave me a profit of $22.33. This is an item I would not have picked up if I hadn't heard from other resellers that Y2K thermal pieces do well. And not too long after that, I ran across this piece, so it stuck out in my mind. And I titled it Y2K American Eagle Women Large Long Sleeve Top, V-neck, New York, 90s, blue, thermal fitted. It took 87 days to sell. I paid $3.50 for it. I listed it for $25. The buyer offered me $20. I accepted. That gave me a profit of $12.23. That one also sold on promoted listing and I had to give eBay 53 cents more. But when I'm reporting the profit to you, I'm taking that into account. Next, Barefoot Dreams. And this one makes me so happy because this was a first for me. Someone purchased this and then they came and commented on one of my YouTube videos and just thanked me for accepting their offer. And that was the first time that's ever happened where someone from YouTube had gone and purchased something in my closet. So anyways, the Lazy Mama reseller, thank you so much for your purchase. And thank you even more for coming and commenting that it was you because that made my day. All right, y'all, Barefoot Dreams. I titled this one Soft Barefoot Dreams Pullover Top, Muted Purple, Women's Medium, Cozy Chic Ultralight. The Cozy Chic Ultralight was on the tag right here. This is your Barefoot Dreams tag. I have heard, haven't done my research, but I have heard that the company is not in existence anymore. So people who love Barefoot Dreams have to get it on the resale market. Barefoot Dreams, if you've never felt a Barefoot Dreams piece, it just have this unique softness to them that I've never felt in another piece. I love it. That's another thing you'll train your fingers to be like, oh, that was Barefoot Dreams. Let me go back. So this one only took 7 days to sell. I paid $3 for it. I listed it for $30, and the Lazy Mama reseller offered me $25. I was happy to accept that. And that got me a profit of $18.45. Next, we have Ralph Lauren button shirt, pink and green paisley, 3/4 sleeve, preppy women 1X. This one took 95 days to sell. I paid $2.99 for it. I listed it for $34. The buyer offered me $25. I accepted. That gave me a profit of $17 and a penny. Next, I titled this one Tommy Hilfiger red, white, blue, sleeveless top, women's 1X, hooded, zip, Y2K, nautical. This one also, this one came from my mom, so I had no money into it. It took 28 days to sell. I listed it for $29, and they snagged it up when I had it on my 15% off weekend sale. So they paid $24.65. That gave me a profit of $21.67. Hey, before I do the next one, I just want to stop and ask, are you subscribed yet? Hey, Lincoln. Or Jake, what? How many, y'all looked at my analytics the other day. How many people were not subscribed? Do you remember?
I think most is like 56 or something.
56% are not subscribed?
I think.
Ugh, okay. So the boys were looking at my analytics the other day. They're like, they have some great ideas for growing my YouTube channel, and they are like all into it and so supportive, and I love it. So Jake was looking at it, and he said 56% of your viewers are not subscribed. So I wonder why. I wonder why people watch and they don't subscribe. I guess they don't like it. I don't know. But if you do like what you've been seeing, if it's been helpful, if it's been entertaining, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it'll help me out. It'll help you out too. It'll help me grow the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as fast as I can. I think I'm like 714 today. But then for you, if you subscribe and you hit the bell icon, YouTube will send you a notification every time I release a new video, so you don't have to miss out on all the good free content. And I would be so appreciative if you would hit that like button while you're there too, because that helps my channel grow. It gives YouTube a signal that people actually like my stuff, and so they show it to more people. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. Next, this one took 150 days to sell. I've picked up several little sets like this, and they're just fun. Sometimes they take a minute to sell, but I just think they're just fun. I can just picture somebody wearing this on the beach with like the front tied real cute over a swimsuit. Chase saw it after I sold it. He said, "You sold my grandma's clothes again?" I'm like, no. Picture it like this. And I explained it to him. He was like, oh, okay, that might be all right. Anyways, I titled this one Vintage Coconut Girl, which I recently found out is a keyword, coconut girl. Women's medium, large, tropical maxi skirt shirt set, red beach Hawaiian. Here's your Sag Harbor tag, not a brand that I seek out, but I picked this up based off its cute tropical style. It took 150 days to sell. I paid 58 cents for this set. I listed it for $33. The seller offered me $23.10, so I accepted that. They gave me a profit of $18.66. Next, it wouldn't be a what sold video on my channel if I did not mention that formal dress haul where I came home with 52 items for $50. A lot of them, most of them were formal dresses. I wouldn't really call this formal, although it was kind of blingy and beaded up at the top. But this was one of them. Those things are selling so good, and it makes me so excited. But it's out for 40 days. I titled it Y2K halter dress, blue women large, vintage studded handkerchief hem, flowy, semi-formal. And this is another one that I would not have been able to make look good just hanging on the hanger, because it would have just kind of flopped. So I'm thankful that I bit the bullet and bought that mannequin. It looks like I didn't even put a picture of the brand tag, which I always do. I'm not sure why that's not there, but the brand was Capricho. C-A-P-R-I-C-H-O. It's just a vintage brand. I paid $1.25 for it, as I did every piece in that thrift haul. I listed it for $33. Someone sent me an offer, and I countered with $23.50. They accepted. That gave me a profit of $17.46. Next, this one took 22 days to sell. Y'all saw this in a recent thrift haul. This, first thing I saw was Josie, and then I saw that little bitty underneath it, Notori. And because I had sold one Notori piece before and ran the comps, I had knowledge that Notori can be great. That's one of the things I loved about this is, I've told y'all I am fashion illiterate. The more comfortable something is, the better. And that's mostly all I care about when I'm picking out clothes for myself, and affordable. So at first, just watching other reseller content on YouTube was how I learned kind of what to look out for. I still watch reseller content every single day, but you also have your own knowledge to pull from, so it just compounds and you just become a better and better sourcer with time. Anyways, back to what I was saying about this piece. So I titled it Josie Notori Pink Floral Kimono Wrap Tie Robe, women's medium, Asian, because it had an Asian print, Hollywood, Japanese. I paid $3.15 for it. I listed it for $33. It was part of my weekend sale. It was at 15% off, and someone snagged it up at that price, $28.05. That gave me a profit of $20.93. We've got 3 more, and before I do those last 3, I want to ask you guys your question for today. And what I want to know is, how did you get started reselling? I have told you guys mine was because of my mom. I didn't even know it was really a thing before my mom brought it up to me. So I'm curious how you found out about it, how you got started. I can't wait to read through the comments and see those. Okay, next. This again is something, had I not consumed tons and tons of reseller content, this is something that I would have just passed over. But when I see a t-shirt that's in good condition that looks sort of vintagey, I always look to see if it's single stitched. Okay, here is a t-shirt that was just laying in my piles and piles of inventory. Do you see how there's 2 rows of thread there? This is the sleeve. So it's double stitched on the sleeve, it's double stitched on the bottom hem. But on vintage shirts of a certain time period, there was only 1 row of stitches. That right there, there's just 1 row of stitches. A lot of people who seek out vintage t-shirts want to know that it's single stitched. It's a good sign that it is vintage, although I hear they're starting to make pieces like this again, but this was an obvious vintage piece. I know absolutely nothing about NASCAR, but I saw it was single stitch and vintage, so I looked it up and I thought, it's 59 cents, I might as well try it. So I titled it Vintage 90s Extra Large Davy Allison NASCAR Racing T-shirt. Here's your old Fruit of the Loom tag as well. Racing T-shirt, single stitch Ford Thunderbird. There were Davy Allison shirts, like if they had print on the back or like all over print, that were selling for hundreds of, like over $100. But I priced this one at $49 based off of comps. I didn't get a ton of interest. So when someone sent me an offer for $20, I was like, okay, I'll take it. And that was 20 days after I listed it. So I do feel like if I had let it sit a little bit longer, I could have got a little bit more money, but I was in the mood to make a sale when that offer came in. So that gave me a profit of $15.80. Next, this one came from my niece, my sweet niece. I love her. She was just cleaning out her closet and getting rid of stuff, and she has really great clothes. So I was like, yes, I want them. And I saved them a trip to donate them, because whatever I don't keep, I just donate it for them. So this is Amanda Uprichard. This is one that if you see this tag, you're going to want to stop and look it up. I titled it Amanda Uprichard Black Smocked Kimmy Dress, Women's Small Mini Sleeveless Party Date. It was smocked around the neck and around the waist. This sold in only 5 days. I had no money into it. I listed it for $60. The buyer offered me $51. I accepted. That gave me a profit of $40.80. Next, I titled these New Donald Pliner Gold Slides Sandals, Women 7.5, Platform Fiji was the style name. Tan metallic wedge. I priced mine at $59. I only paid $3 for them. 33 days later, someone offered me $45. I accepted, and that gave me a profit of $33. It was a really good week. Okay, I told y'all what I grossed at the beginning of this video. Let's get to the bottom line and see what my total profit was. All right, so I sold 20 items in this week, and this was June 30th through July 6th. I didn't say that earlier. 14 were on eBay and 6 were on Poshmark. The total that my customers paid for the item plus the shipping that they paid was $734.82. The fees that I had to pay to Poshmark and eBay were $117.78. My cost to ship these to the customers was $126.20. So I thought I would tell you right here that I profited off of shipping this week $8.34. I do calculated shipping, and so it does end up usually where I make a few dollars off of it. So if you don't know what I mean by calculated shipping, or if you're like, how do you end up making money, and you want me to do a quick video about that, I would be happy to. Just let me know. So for all 20 of these items, I paid a total of $48.51. That brings my profit for this week to $442.33. I love it. I'm so excited. So how is your week going? I hope you're having an awesome week. What has been your most exciting sale lately? I love when I get to learn from you in the comments. So that's all for this week. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You can check out the description if you want to see my favorite tools that I use in my business. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram if you want to see some of the behind the scenes stuff. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.